thank you for joining me. Hope you're having a good day. We are continuing our playthrough of Ultimate General Civil War. We are about to fight the Battle of Gaines Mill. Last episode, we finished by filling out my army, getting us ready for the battle. I did make a few changes off-screen to my army. I did have to sell some of my supply. Hopefully that doesn't hurt me too much by doing so. Although we now have enough gold to maybe buy a few more of those Texas Taylor rifles. There we go. 24 more. That'll be fine. Try and get as much bang for our buck as we can. The reason I had to create a 4th division here and put somebody in charge, just so I can put my cavalry down here, because I actually decided I want my cavalry to come in on their flanks, rather than take up positions, take up spots in this army. So I just moved them out and moved a couple of my newly made units in that I'll then put back in the army, the 2nd Corps, after the battle. But I've really felt like cavalry coming in on the flank might be a better move. So let's go ahead and go to the battle. Gaines Mill, part of the 7 Days battle, right after the failed attempt at 7 Pines by McClellan to break through to Richmond, right after Lee takes charge of the Army of Virginia. So, yeah, let's go ahead. This was actually a rear guard action for the Union. The Union was actually in full retreat. Lee actually had several chances to, of course, try and take out the Union Army under McClellan. He never really got a great opportunity. There was a lot of a learning curve. Like I said, Jackson's performance during the Peninsula Campaign, the 7 Days battle, was understandably not the greatest. I say understandably because he did just finish the Valley Campaign, and then marched all the way, or maneuvered his troops all the way to Richmond. So he had his own faults. Pretty much, it was a cacophony of errors on both sides. The 7 Days battles, of course, which culminated with a massive mistake at Malvern Hill for the Confederacy. They should have never attacked Malvern Hill. Gaines Mill was an opportunity, though, for the Confederacy to do a lot more damage than they did to the Union. They did do some significant damage to the Union Army here at Gaines Mill, but they had opportunities to do a lot more. So let's go ahead and start. General McClellan's invasion army raids our lands near Richmond. Instead of using our forces to defend, we will concentrate them for an assault towards their right flank of the Union Army. Our purpose is to gain tactical superiority and force the Yankees to withdraw from the peninsula. We must not lose this battle, or else the Union will get the upper hand and reach the gates of Richmond. It's kind of misleading there. Technically, the Union Army was already in retreat. Now, you could say that the Union Army wasn't in full retreat, that they were sort of just reorganizing with the possibility of continuing the assault. Gaines Mill was sort of the last nail in that coffin, which forced McClellan's hand. Depending on who you listen to, some people say he was already made up his mind to retreat from the peninsula. Some say he was just reorganizing. It really depends on your perspective and what you want to believe. So let's go ahead, start this battle. Like I said, we're going to use our 1st Corps in a frontal attack, and then our newly formed 2nd Corps for our flanking assault. Alright, like we said, almost 3,700 men, 50 guns. I have no idea what the enemy has, because we haven't put a lick into reconnaissance yet. The Union's forces that made up McClellan's right flank have retreated through Gaines Mill. General Porter now holds a defensive line along Boatswain Creek. Our plan to suppress and destroy the Union's right flank is at a very critical point. The main bulk of our forces are expected to arrive from the northwest. A portion of our army is ordered to maneuver to the east and flank the Federals. This was actually Jackson's army that was ordered that, and he got lost, so he arrived very late into the day. We must coordinate our attacks from multiple directions and pass through the Union defenses. Then continue south and threaten the main Union army. The Yankees will surely reinforce the area with more troops coming from this direction, so act with caution, General. We are moving into attack position. It is advised to carefully advance up to this ridge, clear the roads of enemy skirmishers, and maintain a defensive line until the rest of our reinforcements arrive. General, attack the Union lines between Boatswain Creek, only if practicable. The position is strong. Good luck. Alright, so as always, I like to just take everybody out, reorganize the way I see fit. So, we're going to lead with our 2nd and 3rd divisions, just to get these guys to take the brunt of the assault. We'll let the 1st division come in and sort of hammer them. Okay, and then of course the 2nd division. Kind of want to bring my snipers from the 1st division, although it might be better to have them come in a little bit later. Alright, that looks good. Let's move these guys forward. Alright, so we're going to take a lot of skirmisher fire as we move forward. There's going to be skirmishers all through this area. But my plan to attack is really to put most of my pressure into this area and sort of flank around and then through this area. So that's what I'm going to do. Probably the 2nd division will go here, and I'll use the 3rd division to flank, or maybe to use the 3rd division. No, we'll use the 2nd division to anchor this area, sort of put fire onto these positions while we use the 3rd division to flank in. So that's the plan. We'll put the guns up on this hill as well. So actually, let's go ahead and pause again. So as I said, we'll use the 3rd to sort of come this way. We did put these guys a little close, so it's hard to see. Where the warriors, there we go. And then the 2nd division, we'll sort of have them flank. We'll have them sort of clear out the skirmishers as they go. These guys come this way. Iron warriors come this way. And we'll just do that sort of thing. As we make contact, we'll sort of change up exactly where these guys go. I'm just putting them in a general direction as of right now. And we'll just go ahead and move these guys up slowly. Okay, it looks like everybody's moving. I didn't miss anybody. Actually, it looks like Gibson. Thought I drew Gibson's line, but obviously not. Alright, let's get these guys going. I feel like this map in particular is probably used the most throughout the game for side missions. So now that I look at several positions, you could see where it's definitely used for several other side missions. It's very interesting to see how they reuse these maps throughout the course of the game. So as you can see, that we got some sharpshooters. Looks like they're already in retreat. Looks like they're not willing to engage just yet. We'll see how that goes. Ooh. not want these guys getting that far ahead. Pause them there for now. Alright, now that we're getting closer to where I want to start setting up, I'm going to sort of start moving these guys to the positions that I want them to hold. Whereas these guys, like I said, these guys are going to be a flanking force, so I'm just going to get them up here. Then my guns take up into these positions here. What we have? Okay, both of these guns should have some pretty decent range to them. Like I said, the 2nd Division is only going to sort of anchor. I'm not going to really put too much of an assault into these positions, because I don't want them to take too many casualties. There's no point throwing men at this for no reason. Especially seeing as these positions, especially right here, can be actually pretty difficult to break through. At least on a frontal assault. Nope, 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 nope. Actually, what am I doing? I don't want the Iron Warriors up there. Let's get everybody to position first. Alright. Let's form up. Right here. Actually, we'll have the World Eaters sort of anchor this side right here. I'm gonna wait till they're a little bit closer before I start moving these troops into position. I'm fine with just bombarding them with artillery for now. Okay, practically in position. Their condition is pretty well too. Pause. As I said, move these guys through the flanks. Just follow along the same line. Alright, so till they get a little bit closer, let's actually, we'll go ahead, move these 2 units down to the woods. And then we'll move these guys up here in a minute. Start putting pressure on them. And there we go. We'll move the Iron Warriors up into this field as well. Actually, we'll move the Iron Warriors right there. Move our general up. Not sure how close field we'll have to get to be able to start pouring fire in this position. Alright, well the enemy can now see these guys, and we might as well go ahead and attack. Should I go ahead and move the Iron Warriors? Yeah, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and move them over here. We're gonna run these guys because they have a larger sweep to do. Gibson will actually move down this way. Move the World Eaters Moody up. Swing Curtin down. Let's go ahead and just start doing this. We broke them a lot easier than I thought we would. If I remember correctly, the Union does get reinforcements, so we're going to put these guys here to sort of edge out those areas. Hopefully at this point it's just sort of marching down the Union line. Got another ones to break, so we'll go ahead and let's see, we'll move these ones here. Kane will move there, Curtin, and like I said, we're just gonna go ahead and start marching down the Union line. It's been some time since I played the Confederates here, so I am kind of worried about leaving my flank open like this, especially with my guns and supplies all the way up there by themselves. I can't remember if the Union does get reinforcements through this way. Should take these guys off the run. Well, here comes my first corps. More of our troops are entering the battlefield. We await our flanking force to arrive in about an hour along this road. Okay, so we got about an hour before they start arriving. General is advised to reserve our troops and attack all together with final reinforcements, but of course you may decide differently. Well, seeing as we are pretty much already broken through, I don't think holding them back is going to be much of an issue. Alright, so let's go ahead. I want to try and move them along the road so they can get up here faster. So it might be better at this point to move these guys this way. Terrible line of movement along that road and sort of hit them from this direction. Each one of these guys get off another volley, and then we'll go ahead and move everybody forward. So yeah, Union did flank with people. Had a feeling that was going to be the case. Break off some skirmishers and move them. And a few of these units. Defend our rear. go ahead and put Gibson in these woods. All those skirmishers can't slow Newton down. Run Gibson's position. They're not doing anything over here. Move them up. Well, that's interesting now that we have them retreating up that way, and now we're always going to have to constantly be worried about them. So, we'll move our skirmishers out that way just to give us a screen so we know what they're doing. Leave Gibson back here. Now his morale doing up, he's back all the way up, so let's go ahead and move my general back this way. How's Reed doing down here? He's doing fair. Not great, but he's holding in. We're actually coming this way. Let's help support Weed over there. You guys are in position. There. Annoying, we got a lot of enemies moving through our lines, but probably didn't set up perfectly. I kind of pushed a little too hard there. Alright, that's good though. Still have our guns out in the open over there. Let's put some skirmishers in to screen them. Alright. Move Farnsworth out this way. Get him away from the battle. And we'll move Haney up. Let's support Gibson here against that unit. Slowly but surely these guys are coming up. Taylor retreating. Alright, our flanking units are coming in. We're just gonna go ahead and smack them right over here. Have them retreat from the field. Alright. He's forced to sort of put pressure on them, although I think at this point they're pretty much done. Move our skirmishers up. Alright. These guys across the creek. Let's go ahead and run these guys. Ooh, I don't like the fact that they're going to be in the water. Get a volley off. Maybe get them to retreat. Nope, didn't round them, but get out of the water. Granted, I'm moving them into shot range, which isn't good either. Fire, damn you. Alright, we got him in the route. That's no bueno. Alright, now that they're getting a little closer, let's start positioning them a little better. Push up right through the middle with these guys. Avery, put up positions there. Alright, let's start pushing forward with Weed. Pretty sure we can push forward with this guy now. I don't think we need both of these guys back here. It's interesting that one retreated that way. Pretty sure we've won the field this side. Yeah, we've taken Boatswain Hill. Get forced out of there. They've chosen them as their target. You guys need ammo, something fierce, so let's go ahead and get them what they deserve. Oh, helps if I'm paying attention over here. think we've pretty much won this match. And my dog's going crazy again. She is making this quite annoying. Let me go settle her down. And this should be fairly quick down here. We have a lot of artillery, but fairly confident these guys aren't gonna struggle too much against them. Pushing that ammo train all the way up. He's got a fair amount of ammo. Depending on how quickly you finish this battle, I don't even think the whole second floor. It's gonna add too much to the battle there. Shot. Alright, here comes the rest of my first core. casualties, definitely very one-sided. Almost 3 times as many casualties as we took for the Union. We did lose Bass, I believe, was one of our cannon or artillery leaders. He's just wounded though. I have some good promotions. And we took a fair amount of weaponry, although mostly just basic weaponry. More sharps. That'll replace a lot of the ones we sold. Some more 12-pound howitzers. So yeah, not too shabby. Okay, we got AP Hill as one of our battle rewards. 216 prisoners exchanged. And we're going to go right into the very next grand battle. There's no side missions between Gaines Mills and Malvern Hill. So you literally just go straight into the next battle. Which most of that's just going to be replacing the men we lost, although 3,000 men was practically nothing compared to what we gained. Alright, well, we're going to leave it there. We'll go ahead and rearm our corps before the next battle. So thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it, and have a good one.